There's a moment many betrayed men reach that no one warns them about. It's not when the betrayal is discovered. It's not even when the anger hits. It's the moment you look around and realize the world doesn't see you the way you see yourself anymore. Somewhere between your pain, your boundaries, and your refusal to pretend, you were recast. You're no longer the husband trying to understand, the partner trying to heal, the man trying to hold himself together, the misunderstood son or friend. Now you're difficult. You've changed. You're cold. You're distant. You're the problem. Why can't you just stop talking about it? Why do you keep bringing it up? And here's the part nobody says out loud. Once the world mislabels you, you don't heal by trying to correct them. You heal by rebuilding yourself on reality and reputation. Today, we're going to talk about how betrayed men rebuild their identity, not by becoming harder, but becoming clearer. So, if you don't know, I'm David Martin, psychotherapist and LMFT with Illuminated Pathways, here with another video. So, let's dig into this a little deeper. The collapse of the old identity. So, before betrayal, most men lived by an unspoken contract: be good, be fair, be loyal, and things will work out. Your hopes, your dreams, they'll eventually get it together. I believe in them. That belief shapes identity. So be accommodating, be reasonable, be forgiving, give the benefit of the doubt, absorb discomfort quietly. Betrayal demolishes that contract, not just emotionally, but philosophically. Because when doing the right thing doesn't protect you, your identity enters free fall. And here's where the world steps in. Instead of recognizing your injury, it criticizes your reaction. Your anger becomes the headline. Your grief becomes the inconvenience. Your boundaries become the problem. This is where many men get stuck, trying to explain themselves back into acceptance. But explanation is a losing game. Let me say that one more time. But explanation is a losing game. A hard truth about power, perception, and reality. Here's an uncomfortable but liberating truth. The world doesn't reward goodness. It rewards coherence, clarity, and consequence. People don't respond to intent. They respond to outcomes. They don't follow the most virtuous person. They gravitate toward the most grounded one. This isn't cynicism. It's human nature. And betrayed men feel that this shift acutely because when you stop people pleasing, when you stop absorbing dysfunction, when you stop making others comfortable at your expense, you remove predictability. And people often punish unpredictability by mislabeling it. Not because you're wrong, but because you're no longer manageable. You're no longer under their control. You're no longer letting them spin a narrative about you that's not true. So, why trying to look good keeps you stuck? The outer appearance. Many men respond to mislabeling by trying harder to be misunderstood. I'm sorry. Let me say that again. I said that wrong. Many men respond to mislabeling by trying harder to be understood, by over-explaining their pain, softening their boundaries, justifying their emotions, offering empathy to people who harm them, shrinking their truth to stay likable. This doesn't heal identity, my friends. It fractures it further. Because now you're not only betrayed, You're negotiating your worth with people who didn't protect it, didn't respect it. Real recovery begins when a man stops asking, how do I prove I'm not the villain? And starts asking, who do I become if I stop needing that approval? So let's get into the nitty gritty, rebuilding identity on reality, not reputation. Men who truly heal after betrayal rebuild their identity around these three pillars. Number one, internal authority. You stop outsourcing your self-definition. Let me say that again. You stop outsourcing your self-identification. So, how others identify you. You decide what integrity means. You decide where your limits are. You decide what you tolerate. Approval becomes optional. Self-trust becomes foundational. Number two, strategic boundaries, not emotional walls, but intentional distance. Let me say that again. Not emotional walls, but intentional distance. You learn not everyone deserves your access or energy. Not every conflict deserves explanation. Not every relationship deserves continuation. When somebody treats you a certain way and shows you their true colors, you believe them, right? You believe them. You believe their intent for you. Their true self comes out by their actions. You stop broadcasting your pain. You start protecting your position. And number three, emotional discipline. This isn't suppression. This is control over where and how you express your vulnerability. You become very selective. You keep a very tight circle of people that you know you can trust. So again, I say emotional discipline. This isn't suppression. This is control over where and how you express your vulnerability. You become selective. You become selective on who hears your story, who earns your openness, who gets your energy. That selectivity is not cruelty, it's wisdom. Part five, the shift from being seen as good to being respected. There's a profound shift many betrayed men experience. They stop needing to be seen as good and instead aim to be coherent, grounded, calm, boundaried, and self-directed. Ironically, this is when respect returns, not because you cured the narrative, but because you no longer depend on it. And here's the paradox. When you stop arguing with the story people tell about you and questioning why third parties may wreck your home instead of finding their own relationship or minding their own business, you regain authority of your own life. Healing isn't about winning the narrative. Healing is not reputation management. Healing is living in alignment, as above, so below, living in your truth, having a God-centered, God of your understanding relationship with your higher power, acting from self-respect, making decisions based on reality, not emotions, choosing peace over persuasion. Some people may always see you incorrectly or as the villain or wrong. That's not your failure. That's the cost of becoming victorious and sovereign. Just because a person can't hold space for you or can match your energy or match your level does not mean that you're wrong. So, if the world already mislabels you, what would happen if you stopped trying to correct it? If this video resonated for you, please like, subscribe, and share with someone who may benefit. You're not lost. you're reorganizing. And this takes time, gentlemen. And again, this is David Martin, psychotherapist and LMFT with Illuminated Pathways. Please do leave comments below. I do welcome them, and I do want to appreciate the comments that I've received, and um, and I enjoy reading them and responding to them. Please see my contact information below on the kind of work I do. You can find all that information on my website. And also, you can see that on my other social media platforms. Please do provide constructive feedback and maybe other ideas for videos. Um, you all keep stressing an interest in the betrayal trauma, uh, and you all seem to like them. So I'm going to continue with this as needed. Again, give me ideas for videos. Also, I want to branch out into my other areas of that I also specialize in with niching on parenting and working with neurodivergence, um, and also my other areas that I work in as well. Um, anyway, I hope this video helped, and I will see you all in the next video. Oh, also stay tuned for my holiday videos, which are coming up shortly on managing the holidays, managing stress in the holidays.